Missiles are some of the most amazing machines ever built. They can fly at huge speeds, travel long distances, and hit targets with pinpoint accuracy. But at their heart, missiles are just clever tools made by people who love solving problems. There are many kinds of missiles, from the ones launched from ships and planes to those fired from the ground. Each has its own job, but all follow the same basic idea: get from point A to point B, fast and accurately. Most people think missiles are all about explosions, but the real magic is in the engineering. Missiles have to deal with gravity, wind, and weather. They need to fly straight or curve around mountains, and sometimes even dodge enemy defenses. These challenges make designing missiles a lot like building a rocket, a race car, and a robot, all at the same time. Missiles have changed a lot in the past few decades. Early versions were simple and not very smart. Today's missiles are packed with sensors, computers, and sometimes even artificial intelligence. Learning how they work is like peeking inside a box of secret gadgets. It's not just science, it's a bit of magic too. So, let's explore how these high-tech wonders come to life, how they pick their targets, and what makes new hypersonic missiles truly next level. Building a missile starts with a big question. What do we need it to do? Engineers sit down and sketch out their ideas. They look at how far the missile should travel, how fast it needs to be, and what it must carry. Some missiles are designed to be slim and fast, while others need to be sturdy enough to punch through thick armor. Every part is chosen for a reason. First, there's the body of the missile, called the airframe. It's usually made from strong, lightweight materials like aluminum or carbon fiber. Inside, you'll find the engine, which is often a rocket or jet motor. This part makes the missile zoom through the sky. Next comes the guidance system, tiny computers and sensors that help direct the missile towards its target. There's also the warhead, which is the part that does the main job, like delivering a payload or making a loud bang. Every missile is built in careful steps. Parts are made in special factories, then tested again and again. Engineers check that the shape is right, the engine works perfectly, and the wiring inside is solid. Once each piece passes all the tests, everything is put together like a giant, super precise puzzle. Before a missile is ready to fly, it goes through one last round of testing. This means launching it in real conditions. Cameras and sensors watch every move. If something goes wrong, the team goes back to the drawing board. If it all works, the missile is ready for action. A missile's main job is to hit its target. That sounds easy, but it's actually very tricky. First, the missile needs to know where it is. Most modern missiles use a mix of GPS, just like your phone, gyroscopes, and radar. These tools tell the missile how it's moving and where it needs to go. Once the missile is flying, it needs to stay on track. If the target moves, the missile must adjust its path. Some missiles have little wings or fins that wiggle to steer left or right. Others can change speed or even zigzag to avoid being shot down. The guidance computer watches everything, making tiny corrections every second. Missiles can see their targets in different ways. Some use cameras or heat sensors to lock onto a plane or tank. Others use radar to find ships on the ocean. The guidance system compares the target's position with its own and steers until it lines up for a perfect hit. Finally, just before reaching the target, the missile makes its last moves. It might speed up, slow down, or change direction to dodge defenses. The goal is always the same: get as close as possible and do the job it was built for. It's smart technology doing a tough job, all in a split second. Hypersonic missiles are the latest and greatest leap in missile technology. Hypersonic means flying at speeds over 5 times the speed of sound. That's more than 6,000 kilometers per hour. These missiles are so fast that most defenses can't stop them. They're not just quick, they're also clever, able to change direction and stay on course at incredible speeds. Building a hypersonic missile is a huge challenge. The air gets super hot at these speeds, so engineers use special heat-proof materials. The shape is very important too. Hypersonic missiles look a bit like arrows, with smooth, pointy noses and fins to help steer. Inside, powerful engines called scramjets or boosters push the missile faster and faster. These engines burn fuel at high speeds, making the missile roar through the sky. Guiding a hypersonic missile is even trickier than regular ones. The guidance system must work in extreme heat and pressure. Computers inside make millions of calculations every second, adjusting for every tiny change in air or wind. This lets the missile stay on track, even when racing around the world in minutes. That's why hypersonic missiles are changing the game. They're fast, smart, and hard to stop. The science behind them uses the latest advances in computers, materials, and aerodynamics. If you love learning about cool tech, this is one of the most exciting fields out there. If you enjoyed this simple dive into the world of modern missiles and hypersonic systems, you'll love what's coming up next. Our channel is packed with easy-to-understand stories about science and tech, just like this one. Hit subscribe, leave a comment, and let us know what you want to see next. Thanks for blasting off with us today.